Recent approaches in robot perception follow the insight that perception is facilitated by interaction with the environment. These approaches are subsumed under the term interactive perception. In this paper, we are defining this term and survey a large amount of related work. Closing the loop between perception and action is a promising paradigm in robotic system building, especially when the robot faces uncertainty due to noisy sensing or a dynamically changing environment. In this paradigm, the robot perceives the environment, which helps to decide which action to take next. This action then changes what the robot perceives next, and so on. Recent approaches in robot perception exploit the benefits of the link from action to perception. So what are these benefits? First, interaction with the environment creates a rich sensory signal that would otherwise not be present. For example, in 1966, J.J. Gibson describes an experiment where he asked subjects to find this reference object among a set of irregularly shaped objects. Subjects achieved near-perfect performance when they could touch and rotate these objects, as opposed to just looking at them in a static pose. The rich multimodal sensory feedback generated through interaction eases perception. There's a second benefit of interactive perception. Knowledge of the regularity in the combined space of sensory data and action parameters facilitates the prediction and interpretation of the signal. For example, in 1963, Heldenheim described an experiment where they analyzed the development of visually guided behavior in kittens. The kittens were only exposed to daylight when placed in this carousel, where the self-produced motion of the active kitten is replicated onto the passive kitten. Both kittens received the same visual stimuli. Only the active kittens, though, developed meaningful visually guided behavior that was tested in separate tasks. Heldenheim concluded that the development of this behavior critically depends on the opportunity to learn the relationship between self-produced movement and concurrent visual feedback. This survey extensively reviews robotics approaches towards interactive perception, discusses applications, and places IP into a historical context. For example, it discusses commonalities and differences to active perception and computer vision. We are looking forward to welcome you at the poster.